What'd you do today?
I came in with the kebab man. Do you really think I'd miss him at the Phoenix tribute concert? I've read all about this guy. Is he as good as they say?
If you like this sort of thing. Why are you here?
There were a couple of questions I didn't get to ask you last week. Will said you could tell me about the interview. The one with Enemy, the last one before Alan killed himself.
Just leave it, can't you?
I can't.
Nobody cares anymore.
I do.
No, you don't. Alan and me were like some sort of tropical disease you journalists look at under a microscope. Kind of interesting, but not something that you or your family's ever going to catch. If you stare long and hard enough, maybe we'll do something that you can write about. It'll make you famous. Maybe they'll even name it after you. The Chloe Baxter Overdose Death Star Death Wriggle. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But you'll never understand. Because you don't care. Even if you want to.
That's right, it's all about you. You're the only one who knows what it's like. This is Stephen. It's my little brother. He'd be 26 now. The same age Alan was when he died, if he hadn't taken a handful of pills that made his heart stop beating when he was 16. And just like David Soma and Alan's sister and Therese and you, I still haven't forgiven myself for it. Because I don't know if I should have recognized that something was wrong and done something about it. Because like Alan, I don't even know if it was on purpose or just to ease the pain for a little while. So don't tell me that I don't care. And for God's sake, don't tell me I'll never understand. Please, Shaden.
Alan didn't kill himself.
How can you know that?
He was getting better. He could have made it. He should have made it. That interview with NME, I prepped him for it. Will was slipping me a few extra pounds a week to look in on him. Make sure there was something in the fridge, that sort of thing. The piercing PR guys scheduled the interview, and Will knew that if he just let Alan to get on with it, it'd be disaster. So he told me to work with him ahead of time. Make sure he showed up. Wouldn't just sit there staring at the walls, but he was fine.
Fine.
Ask him a question, and sometimes it'd take a while before he'd answer, but he can't do as much shit as Alan did without any lasting effects. But for the first time in a long while, he seemed high without being high. How you doing, buddy?
Why did I let you talk me into this?
Because it's the only way you get to be rich and famous?
Is that why you're still doing this?
Yes.
I'm not talking about the interview. I'm talking about the music.
It's not the only reason, but it's one of them.
Yeah, well, when they ask you that, don't put it at the top of the list.
It should be near the bottom.
That's why I'm here, isn't it?
Take my word on this, Alan.
I'm trying to make... I went along with it because I thought it might be important to you. I thought you'd grow out of it.
What's wrong with getting paid well for what you do well?
Not a thing, but for the public you have to be stubborn. It won't do anybody good for you to look like a whore.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a whore. But if money's the only reason you're doing it, if you ain't doing some good for yourself or somebody else, or both, then you just getting fucked.
Strictly speaking, that's what's happening, whether it does anybody any good or not.
Yeah, well...
I'm trying to make a point here. Gee, I'm glad I didn't go to a no-fancy boarding school so I don't talk just to make money.
I'm not doing it just for the money.
Right, that's a little better.
You know how it is when you get a song in your head and you can't get it out? I was just about 18, man. It started happening to me all the time. Just a couple of notes here and there, a couple of words. And the only way to get it out of my head is to put it into a song. A day or two later, it starts up again.
Oh, driven artist thing, eh? Not exactly original, but it's the best you can come up with. What about for the good of mankind? The public eats that shit up.
You can do that in your living room. Why are you putting yourself through all the other crap?
Sure, I hate the gigs and the interviews, but if I do that, then nobody besides me is going to hear it. There's some guy out there, and he's going through the same sort of thing I am. Maybe it's not a song. Maybe it's a job he hates. An argument with his girlfriend, and it won't let him alone, but if he hears my songs, his life is somehow going to be better.
Don't get carried away. And make him throw up.
And you always go around looking for ways to help strangers.
Oh, of course I'm not doing this just for them.
No one expects you to. Look, maybe you should just stick with talking about the music.
It's all about the music.
Now, you want to talk about art? Fine.
Maybe how you want to be remembered.
When you're dead, it ain't gonna matter. But if a few people recognize you on the street and you made some money, what's gonna matter is what you wrote. How good it is, and how much.
We're talking about legacy now. Am I supposed to care about that?
It doesn't matter to me whether you do or not. But sort of thing goes down really well.
You are gonna care what other people think. More important, you're gonna care what you think. Now, we got a long while to look back at your music. But you only got a little time left to make it.
How much time do we have left?
Yeah, another hour or so?
I don't know. 6 months.
That's it? I thought we'd have more.
So did I.
Hey, we'll take as much time as you need. Let's see what they're going to ask.
Well, I thought it wasn't all written down.
Oh, well, we'll talk to him into giving us an advance copy.
Well, I thought you were going to try and make me famous before I died.
The interview's tomorrow.
That part wasn't written either. And it still isn't.
Well, then we should stop wasting our time and get busy.
And you remember what I said about you not owing me anything? Well, there are probably a few things I should make clear. Sorry, boy. We all do things we ain't happy about.
He started working like something was chasing him.
And he was doing less drugs.
He was still taking pills by a handful, but I think they were prescription mostly. Will finally talked him into seeing a shrink. Tried to do something about his depression and his hallucinations.
Was it working?
It must have been. He would stay up all night writing, and I'd come over and we'd record all day in his flat, just him and me and an old cassette recorder.
Remember me when I'm gone. The song will carry on. Bitter buried all of the song will carry on. Remember me when I'm
Here. It's all right.
I'm cold.
It's the pills, you'll be all right.
I'm scared.
Take it easy, buddy. Leave some for me.
Will you help me?
find you for 3 days.
And you never said anything. All these years.
I should have stayed with him. I should have been there.
It wasn't your fault. Can you tell me about the funeral?
It was more bizarre than sad, really. There weren't many people there. Just a dozen or so. These were all the people who were most important, I think. It was the first time most of them had ever met. A lot of them didn't even know the others existed. Therese didn't know he had a sister. His sister didn't know he had a girlfriend. She thought he was gay. His parents didn't know he'd been seeing a shrink. And Will and I were the only ones that knew we'd been working together. It was as though we were all talking about different people.
3 minutes, Mr. Rick.
Hey. Billy Boxer. Meet the new Alan Phoenix.
Hi.
Sounds like another full house out there. Is this what you were expecting? Must admit, I sort of hoped they would come to see me. We better get out there before they tear this place down.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hammersmith Apollo. What's that? It's not the Apollo. It's still the Odeon. And it's not May 10th, 2013. It's September 16th, 1972. All right then. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hammersmith Odeon is pleased to introduce a great new singer-songwriter. His first album, Tomorrow Was Perfect, is about to be released on the Piercing Records label. Ladies and gentlemen, the sensational Alan Phoenix.
Treasures